Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, America, and welcome back to Pulse City, where we always bet on black. I'm your host, Marcus Hardy, black again, and today we've got a very special topic, a topic that is very near and dear to my heart. And that's simply because it's about travel. It's about black Americans traveling overseas, but not just traveling overseas. No. I've done that.
What's up, Pulse City fam? This is Angela Say This, voice of the people. As a black American, I have actually been overseas only once in my life, and I am eager to actually be able to have that experience again, because I think that black Americans, especially in this generation, are looking for spaces where we can be, number one, safer, and B, we can actually have a better quality of life.
It's about black people choosing to live for extended amounts of time in other countries, sometimes all over the world. And why are black people doing that? I believe it's two reasons. One is opportunity. Just like anybody who's black, white, brown, pink, purple, or green, if there are opportunities in their next door or overseas, you as a human being will naturally want to pursue those opportunities. And black people are no different. Black people are pursuing opportunities overseas in increasing numbers, even during COVID.
The myth that America is the greatest country in the world is cracking. There is not as many people that actually believe that anymore, especially us Black Americans. So I think it's really natural progression for us to decide or try to even consider not just traveling overseas, but even moving and trying to figure out, is there a better place, a better country that Black Americans or just Black people in general can feel safer, as well as get paid better for our skills and our gifts and our talents, and just a general better quality of life as a whole.
And the second reason is racism. Good old-fashioned American racism is pushing many black people out of their homes, right? Sometimes it's across the country, sometimes it's in Canada, sometimes it's in Japan, sometimes it's in Ghana. It doesn't matter. Again, black people are seeking refuge away from racism. Now, when you travel overseas or live overseas, racism is not something that disappears 100% as soon as you get off the plane. In an article that I read in USA Today by a black professor at a university in Manchester, United Kingdom, he said that the racism there in England is a lot less deadly. As we talked about in previous videos, many black people, including myself, do have to walk around and think about violence and racism every minute of every hour of every day here in America.
Countries that have universal health care and have that college is free and things of that nature, I think those are really important things to us, because all of us have had the weight or so many of us have had the weight of student debt and living a good portion of our adult lives without health care potentially because of the way the job market is. I think one of the things that we do need to consider is Black people all over the world are always othered. So unless we are in an African country, we're going to always be considered a minority.
What relief it is to go overseas, and in my experience, this has been true, racism does not really affect you and what you're trying to achieve in many other countries. Again, we're not saying it disappears, but it doesn't affect you to the point where you can't perform and have fun.
So I think that we're going to always come across some similar situations and some similar problems. There's a lot to gain from potentially having an experience living someplace else. Even if we don't necessarily stay there, I think living in a different country is nothing but a positive experience, or at least a positive thing at the end of the day.
Job opportunities in places like Canada, UK, Germany, Ghana, many places, even China, are a lot higher than in America. America, COVID, economy, everything has been deeply affected. Every week we see 700,000 jobs gone. Right? But other countries' job markets are performing a lot better than ours. Why not take advantage of that?
I have friends who've actually lived in other countries and have migrated to other countries, and they love it. I have not one of my friends who lives in a different country is even thinking or considering moving back to the United States, especially now. And so I can see, I think we're lucky to have much more examples of how this could potentially work and why it would work.
I think many Black people need to ask themselves, is it important to me to stay home here in America with my family and fight against racism and look for opportunities more local? Or is it better to go overseas and investigate all the opportunities that the world has? And I've chosen to do both, but I don't think one is worse than the other. One is not good, one is not bad. But what you have to decide as a young Black person, and even if you're old, it's never too old to travel, but even as a young Black person, you have to decide what is best for you.
That myth about America being the greatest country in the world, like I said, that facade is cracking, and I think it's cracked. I think we now look at actual research and data, and we see that we're not in the top 10 for literally anything in regards to quality of life. We are the #1 country that, in terms of incarcerating its citizens per capita, which is not a statistic to be proud of.
You can go to Ghana, they're giving Black Americans citizenship. How great would it be to have citizenship in Africa and in Ghana? A very beautiful country, right? One of the most beautiful countries in the world. You go to other countries in Europe, you go to other countries in Asia, they're offering Americans like candy. I mean, they're offering candy, work visas, vacation visas. Again, this is before COVID. And I don't see any reason why this wouldn't continue after COVID. But they're offering opportunities to Americans that you could take advantage in countries that don't necessarily look at you because of the color of your skin.
Would I move across the world or to a different country? Absolutely. If the right opportunity came my way, I would 1000% do that. I am absolutely plan on traveling overseas much more in the next few years though, because I think that experiencing other countries and experiencing their culture, specifically for me, I'm always interested in the Black culture in literally every space, every state I've ever lived in, every city I've ever lived in. I don't think that would change if I decided to move to another country as well. I would want to know what's the Black experience like in that particular place.
So for me, the question is, what has travel given me? I think it boils down to not being afraid to engage in conversations with people from all over the world. Travel has given me the ability, the agency to manifest my own destiny. Where I come from, many people are afraid to travel. They're afraid to leave the country. They're afraid to go to the next state. But I think as Black people, once we engage in going and seeing and doing for ourselves, it opens up a whole new world view, a view into ourselves. For me, I received the greatest thing ever from traveling. I met my wife, I have a kid now. These things have forever changed me. And if I didn't do that, if I didn't go overseas and see the world, I would have never met my wife. I would have never had kids. I would have never done what I've done. And so I think that travel is great for all individuals, but especially Black people, because as a community, we can be very fearful of the unknown. You only get to grow and change for the better if you tackle the unknown head first.
Black American culture is all over the world. It influences so much of entertainment and music and the arts and history and research and all kinds of scholarly works. There are places that are outside of the United States that Black people can also find and call and feel like home. I'm Angela Savis, Voice of the People. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Pulse City so you can figure out when we have new episodes coming. And I'll see y'all next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this video. We put a lot of effort into making the content, and we're glad that you guys enjoy it. If you get a chance, please like it, share it, subscribe it. Thank you for taking another ride through the city, and we'll catch you on the flip side. One love.
New Black.